Weaponeer here. This is the last video for 2010. And this video is on FAB Defense stock. Now this right here is called the GL Shock. And it is a phenomenal buttstock. It really is a nice buttstock, and I didn't expect that. I thought I'd give them a try because I'm used to going ahead and ordering a lot of buttstocks and things, and some of them look better in the catalog than they do on your rifle, or some of them feel better than others. Now, I'm really picky about buttstocks. Now, I have to come out and say that right up front because when it comes to buttstocks, basically, until I tested this buttstock on the FAB buttstock, until I tested that, the only buttstocks I would allow on any of my rifles was Magpul. Now this right here is one of the rifles you probably haven't seen. I've got other ones that you haven't seen, but this right here is a PRS buttstock, and it is a beautiful buttstock from Magpul. It's a sniper buttstock and adjustable and all that kind of stuff, but great buttstock. Now, I also have the same style buttstock. That one here is for an AR-15. I got an AR-10 model, and I use that mounted on my 50 BMG, and that's worked phenomenally all these years. Now, on this rifle, this is another one that you see a lot, and this is, once again, you'll probably recognize this stock. This is also Magpul, and it is a great buttstock. It was not a real high dollar one, but I actually like this one a lot. It does rattle a bit. So, but overall I like it. It's easy to use, and it's got the rubber, and actually, you know, it's a hard rubber, but it's got the rubber butt pad. Once again, Magpul. We got this one. This is my Grendel, and as you can see, Magpul. This is I think it's the M93B, and they don't even make this one anymore, unfortunately, because I love this buttstock. This is one of them that you can go ahead and you can just lock it. Oops. The noise you were hearing is the sling getting stuck in the barrel, but no movement. Solid. It does not normally come with a rubber butt pad. That was an optional. And I also got another part on there that's optional. So I like Magpul. Now, I build a lot of ARs, and because of that, you know, I've got ARs in different levels of completion, and different levels of completion. This buttstock, you probably recognize this one right here. I do not like it. I tried it, and there's something about it I don't really like, and probably more than one thing. And because of that, I removed it. It was on one of my other rifles here, and well, so got some rattle to it. This is another buttstock that's on. This one right here is not complete yet, so it's another one I'm building, and this is going to be a rifle, obviously, but this has that buttstock on it, which lines up perfectly with the optics. It really does. But this is another buttstock I went ahead and I picked up, and you know, it lines up with the optics, but I will replace it. It's just not my style. Now, yeah, we got all that. We come back to this one. This right here is the FAB Defense. Like I said, this is the GL Shock, and it's a mil spec, which means that any kind of receiver extensions that are mil spec, you know, M4 having the little ridge here, and having 4 or 6 lock points. Now, as long as the receiver extension or buffer tube, as long as that's mil spec, the stock will fit. This stock has a trick up its sleeve, and the trick up its sleeve is once you, let me extend it out a little bit further. This is an old stock, it's only had the 4 position. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press down on it, It's recoiling. Now, on a 5.56 millimeter, you don't need it. There's not enough recoil there to worry about. Matter of fact, when every time I qualified with the M16, I always qualified with my nose touching the charging handle. And if my nose was touching the charging handle, my eye was always the same distance from the rear sight. And because of that, I always had a very consistent sight picture, which allowed me to, well, I qualified expert for 16 years. And so, you know, that worked out for me. So obviously, if your nose can touch the, put your nose on the charging handle there, and every time under recoil, and it's not going to go ahead and do anything to you, you probably don't need to recoiling buttstock. But this is where I go ahead and have the big butt. You got a lot of adapters out there for rifles, and you can get buttstock adapters for AKs. You can get them for the Sega 12. So you know, I've even seen buttstock adapters for Sten Mark III, and I've seen buttstock adapters for Mosin Nagants. So, and also I think I've seen one for Lee Enfield as well. So, you know, there's a lot of people out there that are getting creative and making adapters. So if you got an adapter out there, and especially for like 7.62 by 39, that's going to have a little bit of recoil to it. This right here would be nice for that. Or especially the Sega 12, boy, this would probably soak up quite a little bit of recoil. So it's a recoiling buttstock, great. It also has a non-snag design. So your webbing or anything like that's not going to snag on this thing right here. And that's a really good point. Now, it's also positive locking. And, well, let me go ahead and... I've got a single point. That noise you hear? That's single point. And let me try to grab this thing so I can... Remember the other ones rattled? Let me get this. I'm going to get my microphone really close. You're going to hear it. That's all rattle it goes. So this one right here rattles less than at least one of the Magpuls I have, and that's a top name. So it's really quiet. Positive locking, no matter where you lock it, you know, it locks in, works really good. And it has the, you know, the other trick of cheek rest. Now, the cheek rest right now, it's set up for this high scope. And as you can see, it works perfectly. You can even get a little bit closer. Now, one point about the AR is when you have a cheek rest, such as this, if you lower it all the way down, in this position, no problem. You can charge your weapon. And if you want to adjust it, it's got two little nuts on each side right here. And if you want to adjust that, you can just go ahead and fold it in or out. Easy to do. And in this position, no problem. But if you move it up to about like right there, then it's going to get in the way of trying to charge the weapon, which is a bad thing. So always be mindful that, you know, if you're using your stock and you have to have it adjusted for that level, just make sure it's out far enough that you can still charge your weapon. It's like I said, it's not a design problem. It's just that that's something you always have to think about when using a cheek rest on an AR. Now, typically, in its defense as well, whenever I use it for a flat top, you know, or iron sights, what I have is I set it all the way down, and I go up just a hair, and I tighten down this side and tighten down this side, and that's all you have to do. Now, that is actually set up for me, works for me, for, you know, like charging handle style of iron sights, and perfect. No problem at all. Works better if I flip the front sight, but I mean, absolutely perfect. It'll also work perfect like that for a scope, a low mounted scope. So it's not like it's really going to be a problem because, and even, you know, with it all the way forward, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I can actually, it's actually better if I drop it down a little bit better. So a little bit more, I should say. So there you go. The buttstock, and take a look at the grip on that. That's rubber. So it's going to have a really nice, good grip. It's not going to slide around on your shoulder. It's not going to get sliding around on web gear or straps or anything like that. It's got these little holes here and on this side. And that right there is for sling adapters, just a QD style. I have one. I just have it on another rifle, and it's not within my grasp right now. Otherwise, I'd show you. So there you go. It's an excellent rifle, buttstock. It's easy to go ahead and adjust, and it locks in there nice and solid. Like I said, I do have the single point, because in a carbine I use a single point sling on all my carbines, and the only bad thing about them is they make noise. So you got to basically rubber coat them, but that's another video. Overall, I'm extremely pleased with the rifle. It's basically my FAB rifle now, and it works phenomenally well. It really surprised me with the buttstock, because I am absolutely sold on Magpul buttstocks. And then I tried this one, and I expected it to be about like a lot of my other ones, that they're not right, for one reason or another. But this one right here was right. right down the line. It was perfect in every way, and it fits me. I like it. Will it fit you? I don't know. Give it a try sometime. You might find out. I think I brought up that comes in green, tan, and black. Mil spec reinforced composite polymer, and basically it's the same as all their other gear, and it's darn near indestructible, and it's not that heavy. And as with all my FAB defense gear, I got it from Zahal.org, and I think I'm wearing my Zahal.org hat. I think I am. And it's ZAHAL.org. I'll have a link down below. You can click that link, go right to their site, and if you're interested in this type of stock, you can go ahead and enter in the search GCP, that's Golf Charlie Papa. Enter that into the search field on the Zahal.org website, and it'll pop up with this kind of stock. And the whole price for this stock on the website was listed at $25. $25 free shipping. A buttstock that I recommend for $25 with free shipping and no state tax. So you can't beat that. You can't beat that for a new buttstock. It is a phenomenal deal. Check it out, or just go ahead and type in Zahal.org, and like I said, do the search. You can go ahead and go to Zahal.org and click on the catalog by weapons, and then you click on AR-15, and it'll show you all the AR-15 parts, or you could do your AK or whatever else. But you can list all the AR-15 parts, and then you click on butt stocks, and you're going to see this one sitting there, and along with a bunch of other ones. So that's it. That's all I had to say. That right there is my FAB Defense built AR-15, and AR's like potato chips. You got to have more than one. I really like it. It is extremely comfortable. A lot better than I ever thought it would be. It really is a lot better. I wanted a lightweight AR, and so that's why I went with the round hand guards. But this right here, it has the rail. I was going to go ahead and put on the G2 bipod for this video. The only problem is if I put the teapot on here, you're going to pay attention to the teapot, because that is a phenomenal piece of engineering. I love the teapot. But if I put it on the rifle, you're going to be looking at the teapot rather than the buttstock. So, and somebody's going to ask, the scope on here, it's an Israeli scope. So there you go. That is the FAB Defense AR-15 stock set, and like I said, I really do approve of them, and They are fantastic. I really am surprised that they outperformed my expectations by far. They really did. It is fantastic gear, and would I buy one again? Yes, I would. Matter of fact, I will probably replace the other buttstock on this other one that's not a Magpul, and I'll probably replace that with an FAB Defense rifle stock. So that basically gives you an idea that I'm not going to just have one. I'm going to have more than that. So there you go. Have any comments or questions? Feel free to leave it below. Don't forget to rate and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. 2011 is going to be a big year. We've got a lot of stuff to show. Just January alone, I've got a lot of stuff to go ahead and put out there. So we're going to be doing a lot more reviews. We're going to be doing some more shoots. I got to renew my license. Their license starts, or the club license, basically, for using the clubhouse and stuff like that. It ends today, so I can't go out there until I renew and stuff like that. So it's going to be a couple of weeks before I go out there shooting again, but I'm going to do some shooting, and I'm also going to go be doing the shooting of the Desert Eagle 50 Action Express. Trying to think here. And I'm going to shoot some groups on that at 100 yards. That's based on some other video. And I've got other weapons and stuff like that to go ahead and show you at the range and here as well. So we've got a big year coming up. And so, tell your friends to go ahead and subscribe. It's going to be a wild year. We also should be doing a whole bunch of stuff in January for the 1911 pistol. We're going to be showing some gear. We're going to be showing some grips. And we're also going to be showing some knives coming right up. We're going to be showing some knives, 1911 knives. And we're going to be showing some holsters and all 1911 related. So I expect January to be basically mostly 1911. So there you go. I'm Weaponeer, and I'll catch you next year.
What you want?